afternoon once again, tuning in here at the Thurstan College Cricket Grounds. It's the second T20 game between King's College Cricket Auckland and Mahanama College Colombo. So King's College batting first once again here at Thurstan College. After not a good start from Praveen once again. Despite losing the first game, they were shot out for 98 inside their 20 overs, and Mahanama College winning the game comprehensively by 6 wickets with 31 balls to spare. So you're tuning in for the second T20 game just after lunch. It's very, very hot and humid out here in Colombo. So welcoming Santosh Gunathilaka into the Combox. Welcome, Santosh. Good afternoon to you.
Good afternoon, Rajiva. Good afternoon to all the viewers out there. Yes, it's a great opportunity for the kids from New Zealand, King's College. They've done well in this tour. They landed here on the 7th of July. They played a few games against Wesley and a couple of games in Anuradhapura as well. They've done pretty well as a team so far. Yes, they lost the first game today. It was their first T20 game on this tour, but they are a really talented young bunch of cricketers, Rajiva.
Yeah, definitely, Santosh. From the first game, I have seen Sinclair has been very good with the bat, and is it Ollie Sinclair? Is it? Yeah, Ollie. He is a very good opening striker. Especially loves the offside with his aggressive stroke making. And also the spinners also, they have done a very good job, especially when I saw them. It's the first T20 game, so from adjusting from 50 over format coming into the 20 over format. So that is why we'll be playing 2 games, isn't it, today? So it's a lot to learn for these young cricketers. Yeah, bottom edge there. Running away towards deep third. Yeah, pushing for the second run. Oh, diving effort. I think that diving effort saved the batter there. Very good running.
Yeah, firstly, good intent shown from the batter, trying to take on the bowling in the first over, especially in this power play. Got the bottom edge down to third man, and good running, like you mentioned, Rajiva. They were always pushing for the second run. He put himself on the line. He made sure he crossed the crease. There's a good feeling from the field as well. Good throw. Oh, the keeper was a little too slow, but good effort from the batter. He made sure he was in for that second run.
Again, play and a miss in the offside. Some width. So, in fact, it's a good learning for Mahanama College also. I mean, they don't get this opportunity when you have these opponents coming from all the way from abroad, now from New Zealand, the King's College Cricket from Auckland, touring Sri Lanka. So it's another opportunity for young Sri Lankans also, the cricketers, to show their talent alongside in international level with coming in, not like playing in school cricket with your same level of cricketers, but when you get that opportunity to showcase your talent with international teams coming from abroad. So Santosh, you are being part of Trendex. So what is the motive? What is your objective bringing these teams down to Sri Lanka?
Yeah, well, Trendex tours, they specialize in unforgettable sporting experiences, Rajiva. Trendex brings down teams. We host teams from all around the world. We provide world-class accommodation. We put a lot of focus on smooth transport and the quality of it. Even the competitive fixtures as well, Rajiva. We put a lot of focus and emphasis on that. And we make sure that we create unforgettable experiences both on and off the field, and also we give them the opportunity to experience the very best of Sri Lanka. So that's our mission, and that's what we provide as sports to a company.
Yeah, I mean, it's a good aspect to you traveling around the country, played a couple of games in Anuradhapura, then coming down to Kandy to visit the temple tooth, and then in Colombo tomorrow is the last day. Even before the last day, even if before they depart from Sri Lanka, you have another game. So it's a lot of cricket during these 6 days of 7 games during these 6 days of cricket with just 10 days touring here. So there is a lot of work coming into it, starting from logistics to transport, every single thing. So it's a great thing that Trendex have done, bringing in teams as such and giving the opportunity. Even that's what I said, giving the opportunity even for Sri Lanka schools also like this to showcase their talent. So what is the next project coming in, Santosh? Is it coming? Anything coming in new sooner? Now I heard that one of the teams came down from New Zealand itself back in April. So what's the next project?
Yeah, we got another couple of teams coming down in September, beginning of October as well. So it's going to be 2 teams in that period as well. So that's our next project, and we're looking forward to it.
So you'll be a very busy man. So meanwhile, spinners, oh, is it outside edge? Yes, indeed. As soon as you speed the spinners, the New Zealand batters falling short, and the previous over, the seamers, it was handled well, but now, as soon as you see the spinner, they struggled a lot, just like in the first game. Especially the left-arm spinners have done a very good job for Mahanama College. That was the first wicket falling at the score of 4 runs.
Yeah, that was rather dragged down from the bowler. Good ball though. He saw the batter walking down the crease, shortened his length, and made sure he got the job done for his team. But that's the first wicket down for King's College, 4 for 1.
And number 3 batter walking in. It's the first wicket down for just 4 runs. And there you see the Thurstan College scoreboard here at the cricket grounds. Joining us is the rugby and football ground just opposite the cricket ground. So it's a huge facility. They have been playing a lot of first-class cricket, the Tier B cricket here. And Thurstan College has the opportunity. Oh, very good feeling. Good stop. The cricketers have the facilities of at least, I would say, about 7 to 8 nets here at for practice nets for the young cricketers. There are a lot of teams coming here in Thurstan College for practices. Oh, that's a one-handed effort. So very good over so far, getting that breakthrough, much needed one for Mahanama College. They will have to chase once again. We'll take a look at this. They played uppishly. So Santosh, in September or August, is it another team coming down from New Zealand?
Yes, actually it's 2 teams coming down from New Zealand in September. That's, as I speak, that's a boundary to King's College. Their first one of this game, and courtesy the bat of the opening batter. So much needed boundary for King's College. They needed that. They need to get going here. They need to be able to capitalize on this power play as well. Not going to be easy with the spinners coming in as well, Rajiva, but they need to make sure they find those gaps and find the boundaries.
Yeah, if they can get to 140, that will be a very good fighting score. Maybe that's what they are targeting at. Especially they need to identify the spinners, identify the scoring areas. So 2 overs done, 9 for 1. round end. Archer, the new batter, the tall left-hander.
Mostly players range from ages 16 to 19, Rajiva, just like this team here. And that swung. And he gets another boundary. That's good batting, good intent shown once again. They need a lot more of those in this power play, but it's a very good start for King's College here.
Yeah, definitely. That was, I think, a pace-off delivery, rolling his arms there. See, yeah, the slower one. And then Archer thriving on it, one bounce, 4. Well, I'll tell you, that ball really travels so far. And even the fielder is trying to search for it, Santosh. Yeah, he went through with that shot. It was not up to his bats, but whatever it is, he went through with the flow. Eventually, lucky for him that it was placed with no man. And into that leg side boundary, just one bounce. It was a great shot because you need to maximize it and take those risks inside the power play for sure. Because if you need to build that score, the momentum is key factor, especially inside the power play. So that is why these two batters trying to go after, especially after the fast bowler, the seamer, because they struggle against the spinners. So whenever you see the seamer, that's going to be tough times for the seamers, definitely, because they love the ball coming on, especially the new ball. Oh, that really hurried him. Quicker one.
Yeah, that was on his pads. Very disappointed on missing out. No one there behind square on the leg side. Got the two fielders out. Deep fine and deep third for his left arm pacer. Much better length though, just the wrong line. But Archigo will be disappointed that he missed out on another boundary.
Top edge, is there a fielder under it? Oh, lucky escape for Archer. The keeper went for it, the deep fine leg fielder went for it, lands in between those two fielders. Lucky escape for sure.
Good change up from the bowler, slowing things up a little, making the batsman go through with the shot a little early. Got the leading edge, but unfortunately falling in no man's land. So the batter survives, gets a single, gets off strike, and it's down to Barney now. He needs to look for a boundary in this ball as well. Needs to make sure he finds those gaps, vacant areas in the field in this power play. Just two fielders outside the circle.
Oh, what a shot! That's a clean strike. It came out of nowhere. Barney gets his first maximum, even though it was pitched up nicely, bounced on it, going with that bat flow. I reckon that's at least 90 meters. That was a big 6 of Barney's bat.
Pitched up and absolutely smashed over the mid-on fielder for a 6. Let's have a look at that again. There you see, pitching on leg stump and he smashed it. That was like a golf swing, Rajiva. That was way back over the boundary for a 6. That's a good maximum and good momentum shift for King's College.
This is the start they wanted. 3 overs, 20 for 1 now. Like I mentioned, take the maximum out of it from the seamers. And this is where the momentum shifts. Now the spin being introduced once again from Bauta Lokamauta in. That kept really low. They are pushing for the second, but yeah, they are running for the second run. This is going to be trouble, but a poor throw. So some lucky charm for Archie. That was a clear run-out chance, but because of that bad bounce, a bad throw, keeper couldn't gather it. Outside edge. Yes, lands short of the short third field. They are, like I mentioned, definitely. And in the meanwhile, they scamper through for a single. This is good running, good game awareness, especially from the non-striker Barney. He's having a very good charm time, Archie.
Yeah, keeping the scoreboard ticking. I think that's the most important thing. They were 20-30 runs short in the first game. They probably know that. Short ball, that's top edge, and he's gone. That's the second wicket down. After hitting a maximum in the previous over, Barney departs. Another drag down from the bowler. Unfortunately, the batter getting a leading edge. This time fine in the field. Let's have a look at that again.
Yeah, it was short delivery, trying to go, or maybe it hurried him, trying to go for a bigger shot and then get in that top edge. An easy catch for the bowler himself. So, Kings College Cricket losing their second wicket on the scoreboard at 23. Who's the new batter? So the new batter walking in is Oscar. Agitya picking up his second wicket in his second over. So now the two openers are back in the hut. So this is the downfall that Kings College Cricket needs to know. They can't afford to lose wickets inside the power play. That's the downfall even in the previous game. Losing 4 wickets for 48 runs inside the power play made them struggle to score after the field restrictions. So this is the ideal time. Two overs from pace, it was being pounced. They got to the maximum. But definitely, they need to deal with the spinners. And that's the task that it has to be accomplished by the Kings College Cricket team, because they've been out here in a tough time. It's a very humid day. The ball keeping low, or ball getting some turn and then going straighter with the arm. So mixing things up. A lot of spinners in Mahanama College camp. Again, played uppishly, but land safe. See, he's having a very good charm time, isn't it, Santosh?
Yeah, he's taking his chances. He knows this is the power play. He knows he needs to capitalize on this. He knows he's been lucky, Rajiv, but he can hit the long ball as well. So he's definitely wanting to capitalize on this power play, making capital use of the opportunity he's got. But he's just not finding the middle of the bat at the moment. But nevertheless, the intent is right for Kings College. Scamper through for another single, keeping the scoreboard ticking. That ends the 4th over. Kings College 26 for 2.
So Anuk Vijayavardhana is the new bowler. Oh, swept fine, beats the fielder. A diving effort goes in vain. And a much needed boundary for Oscar. He opens his account. A poor delivery. Yeah, brilliant. Brilliant timing coming in and played it very, very fine to get that first boundary of his innings.
Yeah, not the ideal start from Anuk. Strained down the leg, and Oscar Holt says, thank you very much. He grabs that with both hands. Much needed boundary for King's College. They need to make sure they get to 130, 140 maybe. They've got the bowlers to defend a target like that, but anything less than that will be very difficult. But the wickets got better and better, Rajiv. We're not seeing a lot of turn as we did in the first game. Oh, just as I speak, the wrong one. A much better delivery from Anuk, right on the money, making the batsman think, creating the doubt on the batter's mind. So good stuff from the Mahanama bowler.
Yeah, I think Anuk Vijayavardhana, he has played first-class cricket in T20s. He has the experience, plays for his capital now. Last year's captain. So he is a very, very good bowler. I think he has lost a bit of weight as well from last year's the big match encounter from where I saw him, making him more fitter now. Very good strike off the ball as well. Very good. He is a very good bowler in this format, Santosh. T20 plays for his capital last year, I think. And the wrist spinner being involved in this game. See, this is another occasion where you can showcase your talents coming in and then bowling against an opponent side coming from abroad. See, that's what I was talking about. So now, it's bowling inside the power play, making some adjustments in the field with sweeper cover going down to the boundary and deep mid-wicket. Yes, expecting that. I was expecting that. Very good stop. Very good stop there. Kavitra Venura at sweeper cover boundary. So good over. 5 overs done. 34-2. So Vihanka Pereira into the attack inside the power play. Once again, another spinner. So 31 for 2 after 5 overs. Good afternoon, Matt.
Yeah, nice to be back in our second T20. Lunch was splendid, as all the meals have been our whole trip through. But once again, we find ourselves in a little bit of a battle here against a couple of wily left-arm spinners. Two very different spinners, aren't they? No, this guy's right arm, isn't he? But they're obviously very, very well practiced, very accurate. So our guys are having to invent things. So Oscar Holt, who's batting at the moment. And
that was completely deceived him. I think it's the wrong one, isn't it, man?
It certainly tended to kick straight on. Yeah, so Oscar's a Year 12 student at the college and is in the first 11 program. So we've probably got about 3 boys who are regular members of the first 11 on this touring party. So it's really a bit of a development side. We had a couple of our other first 11 boys who came with Indy Senaratne on a sort of academy tour in April. So they've already had some experience in Sri Lanka. but most of these other boys are endeavouring to find their way into the first 11 over the course of our next summer, which of course our cricket starts again in October.
A lovely sweep shot, but just for a single.
So Archie Gore's also a Year 12 student, so he's got another year at the college. So both these students Year 12. So we've got 3 Year 13, so that's their final year of school. 4 Year 11s, so they've got a few more years in the system. And the other 6 boys are all Year 12.
Yeah, once again, very good running in between the 22 yards. They've been very, very prominent and runs very quickly, especially as soon as it struck off the bat. The first thing that the non-striker does is say, yeah, he runs off to the striker's end.
Well, it's an age-old game that we play as we grow up in our country called tippity runs, which is where you have to run for each and every shot that you make. So these guys are a little bit tippity runs at the moment, which is fine. And obviously it's the annoyance of having the left and right-hander, so the field is constantly having to change every time you take a single. But unfortunately we didn't see Barney Foot get going again. We saw him hit one monster 6 and then just didn't quite execute an available shot to the leg side again, and he'll be pretty disappointed, Barney, given that we've only got one game to go tomorrow.
So the power play is done. King's College managed to get only 34 runs for the loss of 2 wickets. Now, from this time onwards, it is the consolidation. It is where you need to have wickets, you need to work those singles, get those odd boundaries, make sure to get at least 6-7 runs and over, get to 100, maybe leave 4 overs for bang time, making sure at least to try and get 140 to make a fight out of it. Because if you have 140, batting second on the same surface, because don't forget this is the second game in the same surface, that will be some question marks for Mahanama College, but you need to have runs on board.
Yeah, certainly when they brushed the surface at the break between innings even, the amount of dust that was coming up was quite considerable. There was sort of a bucket full of dust at either end, which would suggest that there's a little bit of wear and tear already on this pitch, and yeah, a whole day's play on it will make it a little bit rough and ready, which will be great for our spinners bowling last, but only if we've got a target to bowl at.
Yeah, definitely, and also, Matt, you need to identify it's a square on the side of the wicket. So those are the wickets that we use, and mostly those are the wickets that it is been suitable for spinners. So that is where I'm an off spinner. I would love to bowl on this surface because it's a corner wicket of the square. So that's where you will bring a lot of spin, turn, bounce, and it's quite a little bit of slower track, to be honest.
Well, having worked previously on the ground staff at Eden Park in Auckland, I can tell you that it's the middle pitches that get the most water. If you think about the way that any watering system works, it'll be the pitches on the edge of the block that'll be the drier, dustier ones. And you can see here in the foreground in this picture the lushness of the rest of the block. So, yep, but we're here to play different conditions. We're here to learn about different conditions. So the boys just need to, A, adjust when they're batting, and B, use it when they're bowling.
Yeah, I'll tell you, Eden Park is a very beautiful ground. I've seen a lot of games being played there, the international games on telly. It's a fascinating place to play cricket, isn't it?
It's an interesting ground for an international ground because it's a rugby ground first, so the sizing of it is actually very small. So there's a lot of big totals, but it's not used for test matches at all now. It's all the test matches are now Hamilton, Mount Mogadui, down at Hagley Park in Christchurch, very occasionally other venues. The Basin Reserve, of course, in Wellington, which is a beautiful cricket-only ground. It's not used for anything else. But yeah, I'm guessing that most of the tracks that we've played on, the fields that we've played on, are cricket only. And I'd say that there's no other winter code that is played on this. Hence the outfields are very smooth, and the conditions, the facilities are absolutely fantastic. So just struggling to get these spinners away. doing it one at a time, which is, as you say, in the period of consolidation, a worthwhile pursuit, but having missed some runs at the top of the order, if we're going to get a competitive total, I think someone's going to need to decide to go after the bowling, with maybe one of these two batsmen deciding they're going to be the spine of the innings.
Yeah, I think it has to come as soon as possible now. It's the end of 7th over, just 36 runs on board for the loss of 2 wickets, so it's almost 5 runs and over. So at least for the next 3 overs, someone needs to take that risk to get some boundaries at least.
Absolutely, absolutely. I'm not sure which of these two batsmen would choose to do that. They certainly aren't, both strong kids who can hit the ball to the boundary, and Archie's already got a few under his belt already, so he's stepping up to play strike once again to, is this a new bowler? Or is it the right arm spinner again? Right arm spinner again. Looks like a very young fella, isn't he?
Yeah.
DB 15.
A good sweep shot.
Yep.
Yeah, I think he looks very young. Maybe involved in the under 17, or maybe he's 16 years old, and quite a young cricketer. And he's bowling the most hardest actions, I would say, the leg spin. You need to be very accurate. Even at your young age, you can drag downs, you can bowl those juicy full tosses, but it's not quite easy. But from the look of it, he has good control.
He has great control, great flight. He's got great dip on the balls that he's bowling. Oh, they've run well, but if they run well in that instance, yes, he gets home for 2. Yeah, it's interesting what we were talking about in the first game with the pathways through the college system. We also tend to lose a lot of players from cricket at the end of their college days. So they get to go on and play club cricket, and you might have played club and school on the way through. But a lot of students, a lot of players, they have to find money for petrol, they have to get jobs, they go to university, they discover other pursuits and distractions that might take them away from the game. But the pathway up through for the better players is a good one. And it was interesting, I saw something on Instagram of a discussion panel of English experts of the games. Good shot. Smote that, still hitting across it slightly. And they were saying how amazing it was that New Zealand's competitive internationally for such a small player base. But the first-class system is good. The facilities are getting better and better, and there's an amazing one in terms of grass wicket facilities here. But there is, at each of the first-class associations now, there is a training centre which will have up to 18 grass wickets undercover, where they're able to manufacture different continental conditions or English pitches or wherever ahead of players going offshore. And it's also meant, because they're all undercover, a huge increase in the amount of practice that players are able to do. So we're lucky to have indoor facilities and outdoor grass nets and artificial nets at Kings, so the boys can play a lot more.
A good sweep shot, flat batted into the gap. That's a much needed boundary.
There we go.
Archie go. I think he needs to make sure that he needs some aggression into this innings. So 8 overs done. It's 44 for 2. In fact, it's 46 at the moment.
Yeah, so 46 still, what are we going along at? Still under 7. Really we need to be getting up towards that 10 mark to be at all challenging. But that was a good shot. Certainly came out of the meat of the bat.
So Matt, what is the setup after college for the cricketers to come into club level now here in Sri Lanka, just after school, before you get into the first team in the club? There's an under-23 tournament going on. And then you have the Tier B Premier, and then the Tier A Premier, which is the first class, and then goes on the NSL and the A teams and the national level. So that is the structure here. In school cricket too, obviously if you're being enough to represent Sri Lanka under 19 or the under 19 level, but in that level also, in the school level, there's an NSL tournament, which is provincial tournament going on, that is conducted by Sri Lanka Cricket. Oh, full toss once again. Oh, diving effort. That could have been a stunner.
That would have been spectacular had that been taken. It differs from first class association. So Wellington and Auckland are both big metropolitan centres. They have a number of clubs within their centres that boys would go on into and represent. To be honest, if you're old enough, or if you're good enough, you're old enough in certain circumstances where within those clubs, a lot of players would go straight into playing top flight premier club competition straight out of school if they were good enough. Around the other associations, Otago, Canterbury, well done, Central Districts and Northern Districts. Oh, there. Bit of a fumble
Well,
there.
that's 50 up on board for King's College Cricket. That awkward bounce completely misjudged by the fielder. Even though it was a juicy full toss, it was a great shot from Ollie.
It was a great shot by Ollie. I'm sure there's a group of experts down there that'll be giving a bit of advice for the next one.
Oh, gentle chip over the bowler's head.
That wasn't bad. That was sort of a chip into the green from about 60 metres out, I think. That was a nice shot. So the other associations have a series of provinces that feed in. So you go to club level, then you might play Hawke Cup, which is another level, and then it goes forward into first class. There being 6 first class associations around New Zealand. So the playing numbers might not be strong, but obviously a lot of players tend to go and play off-season cricket in England, even in Canada, and Holland even. On the off, well bowled. He really didn't pick that one at all, was about to try and play it through the offside, and it just followed him, hit his leg stump. And Archie Gore, who was, I think, the designated hitter, has the long trudge back to the pavilion.
So we'll take a look at that. Yes, that's the wrong one, completely deceiving him. He never read that delivery from Anuga. And the third wicket falling with King's Cricket 51 on board.
Well, none of these kids read enough these days, do they? So you can't expect them to read that. So that's Charlie Barron walks out to the crease now. So Charlie Barron is once again a Year 12 student. And he is looking to put pressure on to get a place in the first 11 for this summer. So in terms of the secondary school competition, each association puts forward their best secondary school side for something called the Gillette Cup in December, which sorts out who is the best secondary school side in the country. King's College has won that on several occasions, and at the moment we're leading the Auckland competition and might be in a pretty good position to try and take the Auckland place for those that competition, which happens in December at the end of the year.
So any national cricketers representing King's College who have been a part of New Zealand cricket?
Yeah, absolutely. So Mark Chapman, Mark Chapman came through King's College. He's one of our more recent ones. Muhammad Abbas is an up-and-coming young cricketer who plays his cricket down in Wellington now.
Yeah, I was doing commentaries with the Sri Lanka A and New Zealand A game, Muhammad Abbas, the seamer, isn't it?
That's right. Yeah. So he's a good all-round cricketer. So they're two of the recent of our alumni to have played for New Zealand.
So 9 overs done. It's 51 for 3.
Certainly is a spectacle here to see that backdrop with the lushness of the trees. It doesn't matter where you are in Sri Lanka, there's always trees, which I think is pretty important with how hot it is to have shade. But certainly as we've travelled up around the country, we've played 2 games up in Anura Tapura.
Simply, it's a huge heart out to all these young cricketers playing continuously. Yesterday, 50 over, now today, 2 T20 games, and now another back-to-back game tomorrow as well. So that is a lot of effort, a lot of fitness, a lot of courage coming in, especially Matt, playing in this hot, heaty weather.
Well, it is challenging, and no matter how much you tell kids that they've got to drink water and they've got to rehydrate as much as can. It's a beautiful late cut by Oscar there for 4 runs. Well done, Oz. Look, it is challenging. It's immensely challenging. The first day that we had against Wesley College, we were battling two teams. The first team was Wesley College, who are a good side, but the second was the conditions and the heat, and just how much energy that drew out of you. We had a couple of kids who battled through that, who have got a bit better at managing themselves. So I mean, I always say it's very probable that you're going to have more guys bowling spin here, because who would want to?
What a shot! What a shot! That was short, and then pulled it through that gap in between mid wicket and mid on. And I think Ollie, he's stepping those gears up for Kings Cricket.
That's Oscar. Oscar Holt. Ollie's out already. But yeah, Oscar's, he's obviously now going to take over the mantle. But that was certainly short enough to play that shot, and he executed it very well.
Someone needs to step up, definitely. A boundary, then again in that gap. Ball's racing away to the boundary. Oh, diving effort, but the ball wins the race. So 14 runs coming off this over. It's an expensive one from the left arm spinner, but Oscar is stepping those gears, isn't it?
He is indeed. He is indeed. That makes the scoreboard look a little bit healthier. Mind you, 65 at the halfway mark. I think would still be wanting to get 150 to make a bit more of a game of the Mahanama chase.
Yeah, much more comfortable score, because the drinks break is around the corner. Some hydration for the players. It's really hot. And if New Zealand side, the Kings Cricket side, can manage to stay something around 60, 65, 67 for the loss of 3 wickets in 10 overs, then the last 10 overs they can plan it out. But in the previous game, they lost 6 wickets inside the 10 overs. That was a downfall.
Yeah, well, this is the merciless way of T20 cricket, is that when you dig yourself a hole in the first 10 overs, it's very difficult to get out of it.
What a shot. That was pure timing and placement. And what an over. Oscar has turning out to be one of the top batters in Kings College cricket side. 18 runs coming off it. 10 overs done. 69 for 3. And the players will have some drinks on the field.
Well, that is a very, very much a better place to be. What are we up to? 69 for 3. After that 10 overs. So I'm going to hand off again. Thank you very much for your time. And once again, thank you to all the people that have made this trip possible. To Trendex, who have been wonderful in facilitating our every need. We've had parents who have come across and had a fantastic time. Even managed to squeeze in some golf and amongst all the cultural activities. But most of all, the boys have had an absolutely brilliant experience that they'll certainly remember for the rest of their days. And all of that made possible through our Director of Cricket, Indika Senaratne, who's pacing out to the middle now to give some advice to both Charlie and Oscar. Hopefully we'll be well placed and we can have a slightly more exciting finish next innings.
Yeah, definitely 140. That is the target for me. If I am the Kings cricket captain or Indika Senaratne as a coach, 140 or anything more than that will be a very good, tough chase for Mahanama College, and that is a fighting score that you can defend with your spinners coming in.
Absolutely.
Especially on this surface where it's suitable for spinners now.
Well, you want to put the pressure on the opposition to take the risks, and at the moment, you know, we've talked often about the fact that if you can have half, or at least half of your balls, 120 balls and the 60 balls to remain in this innings, you know, if 30 of those have got to go for singles to begin with, and then if another 15 can go to the boundary, then you're really looking at ramping up at around about the 150 to 180. That would certainly make it a competitive game.
If Kings College Cricket can make it to 150, that will be a very, very good score, I'll tell you that. So thank you, Matt, for joining with me here in the Combox, and I hope you have a lot of good memories coming out here for a third visit in Sri Lanka, and many more visits expected, and also a huge shout out for Trendex as well to bringing in these young cricketers to Sri Lanka and to showcase their talent and to give them the best experience in Sri Lanka around the country.
Absolutely, and if you're lucky enough to get across to New Zealand, get in touch, we'll return the hospitality.
Definitely, thank you so much. So back to cricket. So after the drinks break, 10 overs, 69 for 3. Somewhat, they are in a very good position at the moment with 10 overs remaining, and then Oscar, he's among the runs. He managed to get 18 runs in the previous over of the left arm spinner with 3 boundaries and a 6. So that made this score quite comfortable at the moment for King's College cricket. So Anuga Vijayawardena will continue with his wrist spinners. Oh yeah, he's going for the second run. But that direct hit would have definitely given curtains for the batter there. But very good feeling running in from deep square leg into that vacant area. Yeah, you take a look at this. Yes, there you see he's halfway down the track. And then that direct hit, yes indeed. A direct hit would have given curtains for sure. Yeah, Oscar and Charlie has that responsibility for sure to build that innings. Outside edge. Oh, the fielder, the awkward bounce. Quite unfortunate for the fielder there, and even the bowler, that would have been just a single. But nevertheless, these are the runs that New Zealand side, the Kings 11 side, needed. Yeah, much needed boundary, definitely. That's Charlie. So Oscar is on a different role. He's on to 22 now. We're quite unfortunate that we don't have the scorecard, score bar coming in. So, yeah, tossed up delivery once again. Mahanama Vijayawardena has bowled a very good spell with his wrist spinners, picking up a wicket. Very good economy as well. Oh, that's a no ball. That's something rare from a spinner. Now, Charlie, isn't it? Charlie has that opportunity to go for a bigger hit because it's a free hit coming up. There's the umpire indicating that it's a free hit. Now, I'm pretty sure it's the wrong one coming in. Well, I'm really surprised it's the free hit and the umpire has given out. For the free hit, it's only run out. He's been involved as a dismissal. But the batter is keep walking back. But nevertheless, I think Charlie has to walk back. So that's the 4th wicket falling. Yeah, we'll take a look at that. Yeah, the batter was outside, so definitely it's the keeper's gloves being involved. So that is a stumping, not off his body. So if it's off his body, this lots of stumps, that could be run out. But this is a stumping. So I'm really surprised. So good afternoon, Iran.
Very good afternoon, Rajiv. Well, looking at that, I was just wondering whether the batter got a little bit of inside edge onto the wicketkeeper's hand. Well, that's surprising, isn't it? Even though it got a little bit of inside edge, that still the bails were taken off by the wicketkeeper. That's called a wide again. "71 for 4. Oh, that's another wicket. That's the fifth wicket, beg your pardon. Wicket number 5. Let's take a quick look at the replay then. Good catch. Flashing blade coming off the outside edge. 2 wickets going down in the over. How disappointing is that? After getting off to a good start, King's College Cricket throwing away their wickets. Oh, that's a good looking shot. Off the mark in the very first delivery. It has been a beautiful day here in Colombo. Lovely day for cricket. But it's absolutely hot and humid, so it's never easy for the visitors, especially coming down from New Zealand, from colder climates. And it is that time of the year here in Sri Lanka that the weather is absolutely hot and humid. The sun is shining bright right on top of us at this moment. They're happy to rotate the strike at this stage, as they should be doing correctly. They need to try and milk those singles around. They can't afford to lose too many wickets because they have the runs on the board. Trying to capitalize, get the game deep, get to that 16th over before you could put your foot on the accelerator. So try and play it smart, take it deep, with wickets in hand, go for the launch, and you might end up, well, at a very decent total. Quick single again. That completes the over. 76 runs on the board now for the loss of 5 wickets. Mahanama bowlers trying to pull things back a little bit quietly. Oh, smashes it down the ground. What a beautiful stroke that was. First delivery, flighted up by Venura and given the treatment. And that shot was played with authority. One of the safest plays in the cricket ground if you're looking for a shot as a batter. Long levers coming into action. Lovely piece of timing, inclusive of perfect placement. Run out opportunity at the 9 strikers then, but he gets back on time. Dancing shoes on again, this time through the covers. Fast outfield here at the Thurstan cricket ground, especially after the sun burning down since morning. The ball travelling once it gets past the 30-yard circle. Flighter delivery again. Should be couple of runs. And that completes over number 1389 for 5. Oh, that's a cracking shot. Slog sweep. One bounce into the mid-wicket fence for 4 runs. It looks like the batters have decided it's time to put the foot on the accelerator. Tries to go downtown again. Will be just the 1 run. They've got off to a very decent start after 13.2 overs, 94 runs on the board. With 6+ overs left with 5 wickets in hand, They're looking at least the minimum of 140 runs from this point onwards. Oh, rocks onto the back foot and hammers it. The fielder settles under and spills it out of the basket. Well, probably the sun falling in his eye line. I did see him indicating, kind of trying to cover his eyes using one hand. Well, that is disappointing. Should have had his man. Oh, another chance goes a begging surely. The batter missing it altogether the wrong, and the wicketkeeper missed it. Goes down on one knee, takes it full and sweeps it front of square. What a beautiful piece of timing and placement that was. Two fielders on the onside boundary at square leg and deep mid-wicket, but he still manages to pierce the gap. An expensive over comes to an end. "98 runs on the board." Well, in the previous game, the King's College Cricket managed to grab only 98 runs in the allocated 20 overs. So they've got here. They have got here in the 14th over, in fact the 15th over. So they'll be very pleased with their performance in this game, especially the last couple of overs. They really put the foot on the accelerator, looking for those big shots, trying to crack things down, playing some positive cricket. That's always good to see. Oh, that kept low. That really kept low. How disappointing that was. Well, we were just talking about positive cricket. But how disappointing that was. We'll need to take a look at that again. That really kept low. Probably hitting one of those maybe patchy spots. Let's take a look at that. Oh my goodness. That really, really kept low. Disappointment. He departs. We'll have a quick look at that replay again, just to see what exactly did happen there. This would give us a clear idea. Yeah, just kissing the off stump on its way. Well, nightmare for the batter there. new man box out to the middle. They really struggled against the spinners in their first game. They really found it hard to read it off the surface. But in this game, they have come out and played some quality cricket. 100 up for King's College Cricket. They'll be very pleased. They'll be very disappointed that they couldn't get to that 100 mark in the first game. But in fact, coming back strong in the second game. With 6 wickets down, they'll be very pleased with their performance. 15 overs done, 100 for 6. Oh, that was a beautiful delivery. Almost yoked the batter. The Mahanama bowlers trying to get back into this game. But it has been a promising performance, or you could call it a comeback, by the King's College Cricket batters. They've really held on to their strengths, keeping things nice and simple. Quick single. Oh, what a magnificent stroke that was. That really sounded sweet off the bat. And it travels the distance for a massive 6. Now we definitely need to take a look at that. Using those long levers. He really deposited it a long way. It might take a little bit of time for the ball to return as well. Take a look at this. There you go. Clearing the front foot. And he gave it a proper whack. Big one. One of the areas that these batters have really worked on, trying to sweep and slog sweep the spinners. Quick single. Smart piece of batting. You get a 6 and cross over to the other end. Outside edge again. Should be a couple of runs. An expensive over. 16 overs done. $107 for 6. $109, in fact, the total runs at this stage after 16 overs. Four more overs left in the innings. Oh, look at that. Just going down on one knee. Dragging it from outside the off stump. It will be just the one run. More importantly, getting the big man on strike. That is what is important. With 23 deliveries left, they should be definitely eyeing at 140, 145 plus. Looking for a second run. Oh, misfield. A 1 run short, says the umpire. There you go. So that'll be just 1 run. Umpire indicating the batters did not complete that first run. Oh, that was a beautiful delivery. Inside edge and getting it into the pads of the batter. Look at his stance. Waiting to launch through extra cover. Just the 1 run. The finger goes up. The 7th wicket goes down for King's College Cricket. Beautiful work all together. And the bowler will have his last laugh. He was looking for that. He was hungry of a wicket and he finally gets it. The new man walks out to the middle. What a time to be out there. The platform is set. 3+ overs left. Just need to do a little bit of launching. Fired it outside the off stump. A good over comes to an end. 17 overs done. 113 for 7. No ball called by the umpire, so that'll be a free hit. A freebie for the batter. What a time to have a freebie. Go ahead and just swing the arms through. Dances down the track, but doesn't make any contact. Quick single will get the big man back on strike. It has been a very tough afternoon for the players out in the middle. They're feeling the heat. They'll need to keep themselves hydrated. Not, it's going to be absolutely difficult. It's going to be very tough. Scorching hot out there. Straight back past the bowler, like an arrow. Will be a boundary for the big man. He's continuing to dominate the bowlers here. Great piece of timing. Lovely connection. There you go. Straight as an arrow. Two more deliveries left in the over. He dances down the track again, but straight back at the bowler. Three dot deliveries on the trot will complete over number 18. 119 for 7. Two more overs left. What's the score they are looking at? That is what is important. Fired it in with the arm. Hardly any turn involved there. $120 on the board for King's College Cricket. 10 more league deliveries left. The big man, Tom on strike now. Wahinga Pereira is into his third over. He's been economical though, just the 14 runs conceded. misfield. They'll get a second run. This is poor fielding. Getting the big man back on strike. That's what is required at this stage for King's College cricket, because they'll need to have Tom on strike as much as possible, because he could use those long levers. Rocks on to the back foot. Doesn't really time it well. Long on fielder for a moment thought that he might have a chance to get into that one, but not really timed well. Lucky there for Tom. Chance, but once again will fall in no man's land. Miller continues to look for those big shots. This has been a very good over so far. Just the 5 runs, wonderfully left. And you could easily call that this is a free hit for Tom. He will definitely try to throw the kitchen sink at this. Down the ground, sounded sweet off the bat, but will be just the 1 run. 6 runs coming off over number 19, a 1-2, 6 for 7. The final over. Tom on strike, Dhananjay Bandara will the final over. Dances down the track, and he will have to make that long walk back to the dressing room. He missed it altogether, and a timely breakthrough for the Mahanama College bowler, Dhananjay Bandara, because the next 4 deliveries, it would have been very interesting if this man was out in the middle. He departs for a well-made 24. Kingswood College cricket, 1-2-6 for 8. Goes for a big shot. This has been a very good start to the final over. 3 dot deliveries and a wicket. This is great work. I need to tell you that Dhananjay Bandara keeping things very simple. Dances down the track again. A fielder settles under. And that's the 2nd wicket in the over. This is not the kind of end that the King's College cricket team would have wanted. 4 dot deliveries and couple of wickets, pulling the length back a little bit, getting that outside part of the bat and just loops up, and the short extra car fielder will walk across and grab an easy catch. He departs without troubling the scorers. Ash Sirigiri. 1-2-6 for 9. Two more deliveries left then. White walks out to the middle. He goes big, but fails to time it well. Will be just the one run. What an over this has been so far. It has been a very, very good over. Keeping things really quiet, really nice. Should be just the one run, and they're coming back for a second. Good running between the wickets. That'll complete over number 20. And King's College Cricket, they'll end up at 129 for 9 after 20 overs, and I'm sure they'll be pleased with this total on board comparing to what they did in the previous game. Tarajay Bandara finishing up on a high note, 2 for 10 after 2 overs. And the Mahanama College, they will need to come out and they will need to prove themselves. It's very, very important that they get off to a good start, but all in all, it has been a good effort by the batting card. Let's take a quick look at the batting card. Then Ollie Sinclair, the opening batter, hardly got off to a start in the second innings. But look at Oscar Hall. What an innings he did play. 42 of 32 deliveries, 6 boundaries and a 6. All the batters contributing, getting starts, but none of them continuing to go on to make that big total, but still sufficient for the team to get to 129 for 9 after 20 overs with 4 extras. Well, with the ball in hand, plenty of bowlers. Agitha Kudaligama, Sanuka Ganepola and Dhananjay Bandara managing to grab 2 wickets apiece. Hardly any partnerships in the middle apart from that one partnership for the 3rd wicket. And all the others, they were very, very quick wickets in regular intervals. But it had been a very decent bowling performance by the bowlers as well. Right, then it's time to take a quick look at the highlights of the innings. The 2 opening batters, they failed to get off to a very good start, just like in the previous game as well. Throw away their wickets, but in the middle, they're really charged. There were some delightful strokes played by the batters, some big ones, those long levers coming into action. The slug sweeps over mid-wicket, the short ones being punched over Scarlet. And the bowlers kept doing their good thing. They kept grabbing wickets at regular intervals. They hardly let any batter settle themselves in. That really helped Mahanama College to restrict the King's College cricket to a total of 1-2-9 overs. But all in all, the King's College cricket will be very pleased with the total of 1-2-9 comparing to the number of runs they did score. The first they managed to pull things back. Managed to come back strong in this game. And of course, the total, a decent one, I would say. A total where the bowlers could walk out. Delightful strokes down the ground. I was really impressed by that kind of batting They really understood the art of playing the spinners, the slot shots, reaching out the ball just like that, clearing Olympic boundary quite often down the ground with another prominent side for these innings, helping the batters to get to that commandable total of 129. Right then, we'll take a short break and we'll be back with live action with the chase of Mahanama College.
Welcome back to Thurstan College Cricket Grounds here. The second game, the T20 game between King's College Cricket Auckland and Mahanama College Colombo. So King's College batted first, made 129 in the allocated 20 overs. So 130 is the target for Mahanama College to get a clean sweep. They won the first game quite comprehensively by 6 wickets. Yeah, that's the target. So 130 runs, 120 balls, 6.5 runs and over. So that's the target. And straight away, spin being introduced into the attack. It looks a very, very slower surface right now. So that's the first ball coming up in the run chase. Tom McCullough, the skipper. That's a brilliant delivery. That's the breakthrough they wanted. And Sinath Weeraratan, the wicket keeper, has to take a very, very slow, long walk back to the pavilion. And Tom McCullough, the skipper, striking in his very first over, the second ball. This is a great start. Yeah, brilliant. Completely trying to make some room to play that shot on the offside and then play the prize. And a 2-ball duck for Sinath Weeraratan. He has to walk back, and Kaushika, the new batter, walking in, and Mahanama College losing the first wicket with the scores on 0. Kaushika Tilakaratne, new batter, walking in. Oh, good delivery. I like to see the slip coming in. He's getting that ball to go the other way as well, especially for the left-hander. That will create some pressure for the Mahanama College batters. 4-dot deliveries. This is great stuff. Chasing 130. It's not going to be easy because this surface has been deteriorating now. It's getting slower and slower. The ball is turning. Oh, shot. Pulled away nicely. Kaushika Tilakaratne. That's a freebie inside the power play. It was pounced on the back foot. He had ample time because the ball is not coming onto the bat, and he rocked onto the back foot and pulled it nicely front of square. Those are the first runs for Mahanama College in this run chase. Take a look at that. Even though there's a fielder, but, well, that was racing. A good delivery. Very good delivery to end the over from Tom McCullough, the skipper. First over done. Mahanama College 4 for 1. So Wyatt Hempson into the attack straight away. He's off the mark, Chamita Vijay Singha. He will have a major role alongside Venura Kavitra in this run chase. They need to get 130 runs. But I'll tell you, these young cricketers from New Zealand, they will fight for it. They got the breakthrough, much needed one. So they need to make sure bowl in proper areas and not to bowl those extras, because that will be extra deliveries, that will ease off the pressure. So what they need to do is take those quick wickets, especially inside the power play. So Wyatt Hempson bowling a very good line and length so far. Bowling round the wicket towards Kaushika Tilagaratna. Well driven nicely into the ground. Brilliant stop. Couple of runs for Kaushika Tilagaratna. Yeah, quick single. That's very good running. Touch and go, but still, Chamita Vijay Singh is quick. Yeah, this is the replay. That was short is delivery into the pitch and then good return throw, but maybe that came in fuller towards the stump, on top of the stumps to the wicket keeper's gloves. I would have said that will create some trouble on Chamita Vijay Singh, but all in all, he is safely home. Tucked away nicely. So this is where his maturity comes into play, especially in a run chase. He's a very good all-round cricketer. Now today opening the innings. I've seen him opening in several occasions for his club as well. Any given day, on any position, he will bat for your team. That's the capable aspect of a true all-rounder like Chamita Vijay Singha. So 2 overs done. Mahanama College 9 for 1. Being this tactic a superstitious one, but bowling the first over with a spinner and then bringing in your seamers, just like in the previous game. Miller Obsby into the attack. Oh, he has played 5 games, just picked up 1 wicket, 1 for 15, high on the economy rate. The left arm seamer. A poor start. See, when you have brought in a seamer, changing over from the leg spinner. The leg spinner picking up a wicket in your very first over, skipper himself, Tom Mackello. Now, bringing in a seamer, will this be a moment that King's College will eases off some pressure? Especially bowling a new bowler inside the power play, not trying to create more pressure, maybe get rid of Chamita Vijay Singh. That will be the ideal option for them. Slow delivery. Good 2 deliveries from Miller Ormsby despite the first ball wide. A lovely shot, beats the fielder, beats the outfielder as well. Chamita Vijay Singh gets his first boundary, driven nicely along the ground there, into that gap. There's a sweeper cover field also, but this outfield helps it along nicely. A brilliant shot. Take a look at this. It was wide, there's a lot of width, beats that extra cover fielder, and then the fielder at sweeper cover as well. Lovely shot. Good bit of timing. Right of the middle. Oh, flat batted shot. 1 bounce, 4. See, I was talking about easing off the pressure. This is the moment that Mahanama College eases off the pressure of this bowler. Especially inside the power play. Back-to-back boundaries for Chamita Vijay Singh. He moves to double figures. Take a look at this. Oh, that was short, not much pace. It was pulled, smashed it over the bowler's head and threw mid on. A dot ball. After a couple of boundaries, but still expensive. 9 runs off it. Yeah, quick single. 10 runs coming off it. 3 was done, 19 for 1. So Wyatt Empson will continue. What a shot. Where did the ball land? That was a brilliant shot from Chamita Vijay Singh. He is capable. That's why he came open the batting for Mahanama College. Yeah, take a look at that. It was short. And then, he identified that the bounce was low, right on top of that practice nets. But though it went a little low, came on low to him, he went through the line of the shot. Oh, down the ground once again, straight back past the bowler. Straight as an arrow. Brilliant shot. He's taking command here. Chamita Vijay Singh. This is brilliant stuff from him. 3 boundaries and a 6 the last couple of overs. Now he's shifting gears in this power play. Take a look at this. Foolish delivery. Flat batted shot driven down the ground through mid on. Once you beat the fielders inside the 30-yard circle, it's no stopping, especially in this quick outfield. High up in the air, fielder under it, redemption, total redemption. Wyatt Empson, he was struck for a 6 and a 4. And Chamadu Vijay Singh going after the full toss, getting the toe end of it, and then Wyatt Empson strikes at a crucial time to get rid of the danger man. And look at this, wow, the full toss after hitting a 6 and a 4, going for a bigger shot once again. Well, these New Zealand cricketers, they are very good in catching. I'll tell you, they have big buckets for sure. Chamadu Vijay Singh departs for 21. Mahanama College losing the second wicket on the score after 29 on board. It's a new batter, Vihanga, walking in as number 4, the left-hander. I'm surprised Venura Kavitra is not coming at number 4. He's been a prolific player in that position, number 4, for Mahanama College in the recent past. Some of the spectators coming in to watch this game, maybe the parents of these Mahanama College cricketers. Yeah, he's off the mark, Vihanga, straight off. Eventful one, 11 runs and a wicket from Wyatt Empson. 4 was done, 30 for 2. It's a new bowler. Ooh. That was a quick reflection from the bowler. I'll tell you, he touched too slower. I think Vihanga would have been in trouble. Ollie Sinclair. To bowl the 5th over into the attack. So chasing 130, well, 99 more runs required of just 95 balls. It's almost run-a-ball situation right now, but wickets in hand, they can't make themselves go into a hole or drag themselves into a position where they will struggle to chase down 8 runs and over. But this is the moment that they need to get rid of. Oh, dropped. I was just talking about Very good in hands in those catches and big buckets coming in. But take a look at this. This would have been bringing Mahanama College in serious trouble. It's not a hard catch. It was a straightforward one. That was a sitter. I'll tell you that. That was a sitter. A lovely shot. Straight into those nets. Kaushika Tilakaratna gets his first maximum. Well, he got a maximum in the first game, but got out cheaply. But this time he gets it full control. Brilliant. Lovely shot. Pulled it front of square towards that mid-wicket boundary. Yeah. Brilliant. Brilliant hand-eye coordination in that shot. The ball is not coming on to it. Played across through the line. Rewarded. Oh, good Yorker. Very good Yorker from Sinclair. Even though he gave away a maximum, he just managed to keep it for 7 runs. 5 overs done. 37 for 2.
After 5 overs, Mahanama College 37 for the loss of 2 wickets. They have got off to a decent start, I'd say. Yes, they have lost the 2 wickets, but they are well in par with the required number of runs. 93 required of 90 deliveries. Thomas Rhodes has been introduced into the attack. But the King's College, they need to try and pull some quiet overs. Final over of the power play. So you'd expect the batters to take you on in this over as well. But more importantly, there was a missed chance in the last over. So those kind of opportunities would really cost when it comes to the latter part of the innings. Especially defending a total of 129 runs. There you go, some of the spectators, the parents flying in from New Zealand to watch their kids perform. It has been a great tour for them to Sri Lanka. Beautiful delivery. Gets the outside edge, fast outfield. Definitely have a couple of runs there. Great work by Trendex Tours. Have really come forward in organizing this tour for the King's College. As we speak, that'll be another boundary. Easy looking shot. Just a couple of steps down the ground and squeezed it to the offside field. Kaushika is looking in good touch. There you go. Lovely piece of placement. Easy on your eyes. So coming back to that, great work by Trendex Tours for organizing this tour for King's College Cricket to come down to Sri Lanka to enjoy themselves with some amazing cricket. goes down on one knee and sweeps it behind square. But great piece of fielding. Will restrict it to just a couple of runs. Expensive over once again. 9 runs coming off it so far. Kaushika Tilakaratne taking the attack on to Thomas Rhodes. Dancing shoes on, straight as an arrow. That'll travel the distance. Kaushika Tilakaratne, he is making a statement. Power play done, 52 on the board for the loss of 2 wickets. Mohammad Ashraf comes into the attack. Played 6 matches so far. Starts off with a full toss. Vihanga doing the right thing, getting Kaushika Tilakaratne on strike. Kaushika has been striking well. He has looked very confident. He has looked comfortable against the King's College bowlers. He has taken them with ease. Straight up in the air, but will fall in no man's land. In fact, it'll fall in between 4 fielders running in for that catch. Looking for a quick single chance at the non-strikers end. Very close. Would have been very interesting if he did manage to hit the timber. 35 runs required at this stage. They are in line with the required run rate as well. No ball. The wicket-keeper will miss it. And it'll be 4 extra runs. Disappointing. 5 runs will be added to the total. Expensive runs at a very, very crucial time. Free hit. Kaushika Tilakaratne, he has been scoring as free as he likes, and he's getting another freebie. Well, threw it outside the off stump. Will be just the 1 run. Once again, it has been a very expensive over. The visitors enjoying themselves, probably healing the feet. Juicy full toss. Hammers it with power and dominance. Kaushika Tilakaratna is really making a statement here. Big shot to end over number 7, 68 for 2. Vihanga at the moment is very happy to rotate the strike and give the senior batting partner majority of his strike. Kaushika Tilakaratna is enjoying himself out there in the middle. 35 of 21 deliveries. He's playing a cracker of an innings. A shot and hammered in front of square. Poor bit of fielding. That'll be another boundary. It's raining boundaries and sixes at the moment here at the Thurstan College Cricket Grounds. Well, looks like a fielder has probably pulled a hamstring. Just to hold in play, just to make sure that everything is fine at the deep square leg boundary. There you go. Probably pulled his leg at the very last minute. It's extremely warm and hot and humid. Need to hydrate yourself a lot. Archie go. He's into his first over. Oh, full toss again. "56 more runs required. Plenty of deliveries left in hand for Mahanama College. They wouldn't really mind about the required number of runs at this stage. They've done really well. Wenger, he will continue to rotate the strike. He's happy to get his batting partner Kaushika Tilakaratna to face majority of the deliveries, 40 of 23. Shot and pulled in front of square. One bounce and it'll cross the ropes. Once again an expensive over. 11 runs coming off it so far with one delivery left. And Kaushika Tilakaratna is really enjoying himself out there. This is poor bowling. Dragging it short again. Giving plenty of time for Kaushika. Wide call down the leg side. Again, he will have to re-bowl it. The last 3 overs, it has been very expensive. Over number 6 went for 15, the next one for 17, that's 32. And make another 12 here with one delivery left. 44 runs coming off the last 17 deliveries. Oh, poor fielding. Once again. Another boundary. 16 runs coming off over number 8. 84 for 2. Kaushika Tilakaratne, he's unbeaten on 48 runs. Just 2 runs required for a very well-deserved half-century. Vihanga on the other end, he has been very, very calm and quiet. 8 of 10 deliveries. Pretty happy to get his batting partner on strike, as he has been doing the bulk of the scoring. He has been very watchful. He has been defensive. Took off the surface. Bouncy. Outside the over stump. Tom McCullough is into his second over. Grabbed a wicket so far. What a magnificent stroke that was. That'll go all the way. And that'll be a very well-deserved half-century for Kaushika Tilakaratne. He walked out with clear intentions of going after the bowlers. And he's really showed what he's capable of. 54 of 26 deliveries. What an innings it has been. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Now just the 39 runs more required to seal things off from Mahanama College. And 9 overs done, 91 for 2. ඉවර කරන්න මං ගෙනල්ලා තියෙන්නේ ළඟටම 39 more runs required. They're quietly getting closer to the end of the day. 3 dot deliveries on the trot. Vihanga, he has struggled out there a little bit. Plenty of dot deliveries, 9 of 15 deliveries so far. After 4 deliveries, he gets Kaushika Tilakaratna on strike. Full toss. Disappointed. Kaushika wanted to do better with that one, but just ended up being 1 run. Johnny Hinban is into his first over. A decent one so far. One more run added to the total. That will complete over number 10. 94 for 2.
So 10 overs done. Players are getting their last hydration for today's these two T20 encounters. Mahanama College, Colombo cruising along quite easily and comprehensively once again. 10 overs, 94 for 2. They needed 6.5 runs per over prior to this run chase, but now they are going at well over 9 runs. A wide delivery, extra run alongside the extras, and another extra run alongside that overthrow. So 3 runs. You can see the body language from the fielders itself that they've given up. Just 33 more runs required, 60 balls remaining. Well, Kaushika Tilagaratna has been outstanding today. Vihanga Pereira being the second fiddle in this partnership. He's faced 19 deliveries for his 12 runs, but Kaushika Tilagaratna, well, what a knock. 26 balls for his half century, but currently he's unbeaten on 55. Favors the leg side, especially that mid-wicket area. Just flick off his pad step, just a single. So despite the white in the first ball, turning out to be a good over. Just 3 singles. With 100 up on board, and then there you go, that's the maximum. Another maximum, that favorite area for Kaushika Tilagaratna, the mid-wicket area. He gets another maximum, and he's on a different roll. 32 balls, 62 runs. What a knock, young chap. Once again, goes for a big hit, but falls short. The much needed breakthrough, but I reckon with 24 runs needed only, it's still Mahanama's game. But Kaushika Tilagaratna has to walk back. Made a valuable knock. What an aggressive knock that is. He scored 62 runs of 33 deliveries. What a knock. It's a great innings from this young man. Got plenty of sixes towards that mid-wicket region, and then some boundaries as well. So this was a great knock. Daniel Bricklebank picking up his first wicket in the last ball of the 11th over. So he will depart for 62. Mahanama College 106 for 3. So just 24 runs required, 54 balls remaining. Barney Foot, the new bowler, 2 games, 3 wickets. Well, Vihanga has faced 21 deliveries for his 13. I'm just really surprised. Despite that knock from Kaushika Tilgaratna, they would have been really in trouble because 62 runs of 33 deliveries, that was an outstanding contribution. Yeah, tucked away. So Praveen, the new batter in, the number 5 batter. 26 matches, 32 innings, 600 plus runs, 74 being his highest score with 4 half centuries. Another left-hander, Praveen run hero. So this is the time that King's Cricket College can come into the game. Maybe a couple of wickets, but still, is it enough? The runs that they got in the first innings while batting, is it enough? 129 only. Yeah, flicked away. Just a single. He's off the mark, Praveen run hero. So these two batters dealing with singles now. Just 3 singles in this over so far. Keeping things quiet. Barneyfoot this over, his first over so far. He has conceded only 3 runs. Couple of dot deliveries, bowling into the pitch. Slow delivery once again. So 4 runs, 4 singles to end the 12th over. Mahanama College 110 for 3. The skipper brings himself into the attack. 1 wicket for 11 runs in his first 2 overs, previous spell. Tom McCullough got that first wicket in his very first over. Can he get a breakthrough? He has to deal with the 2 left-handers. Flat-batted shot once again to long on. Nelson on board for Mahanama College. Chasing 130, just 19 runs required. Ample of balls remaining, plenty of wickets in hand as well. So they should be very much more comfortable in the driving seat now. But I'll tell you, Vihanga, he is playing those kind of dot balls in this format. Yes, he's taking his time. But maybe he needs to think of his strike rate in terms of the other games, especially in this format. Hasn't scored a single boundary, just dealing with singles. Driven nicely along the ground. So dealing the singles, milking them nicely. They're not in a hurry at the moment. So dot ball to end the 13th, 113 for 3. So Barney Foot into his second over. Flicked off his hips nicely. So 16 runs required, and Barney Foot bowling round the wicket from Valda Lokomau at the end. Well, something rare in T20 format. I think this is the time these two batters trying to occupy more on the crease and then trying to milk those singles without trying to finish things off. I reckon trying to go bang bang, finish it off. This is the time because to ease off pressure. In the point of King's College cricket skipper, I would bring in more fielders inside the 30-yard circle. Maybe try to create some pressure to the batters because these two batters dealing with the singles. To avoid that, for them to make a false stroke, try to do a little bit of tactics coming in, and that would be interesting. Yeah, just like that, those singles coming quite easily for Mahanama College. Now the score has moved down to 117 with 4 singles in this over. So definitely they are not in a hurry. They would deal it because ample time. 6 overs after this, just coming down to an inching closer and closer. Oh, flicked nicely. That's much required. 121 on board after the 14th over. So 9 required into single figures now. Lovely ball. Turn and bounce. Another dot ball. Well, he has faced 30 deliveries for his 18 runs. I think not the ideal batter for T20 format. You saw Kaushika Tilakaratne, 32 balls, 62 runs. And Tom McCullough, I think he's bowling his last over. It's a very good spell once again from him, the skipper. Just conceding only 14 runs bowled in his power play. Picked up a wicket as well. So 4 dot deliveries in this over, 15th one. Ah, lovely. This is good stuff. Tom McCullough trying to create some doubt on the batter, Vihanga. Oh, gone. Tom McCullough picking up his second wicket. What a way to end his spell in this T20 game. Picking up 2 wickets for just 14 runs inside his allocated 4 overs. But Vihanga Pereira, I think he made a mess out of it. This full toss. Trying to go for a flat batted shot. Hitting the toe end maybe. Yes, indeed. Good return catch from Tom McCullough. So 15 overs done with a fall of Vihanga Pereira for 18. Mahanama College 121 for 4.
$121 for 4. The new man walks out to the middle. Venura. Well, a disappointing end to the innings of Vihanga Pereira. A maiden over the previous one. He threw away his wicket as well. Well, just a couple of shots required at this stage to finish things off for Mahanama College. Eight dot deliveries on the trot. Surprisingly, with 6 wickets in hand. Make it 9 dot deliveries. Finally breaks the streak with a single. 8 more runs required now. $122 runs on the board. It has been a very good run chase by the Mahanama batters. They've really painted the picture well. Full toss. Just the 1 run. They're happy to do it with singles at this stage. Well, they're happy to continue with the singles. 3 runs coming off this over. 16 overs done. 1, 2, 3 for 4. Full toss. Punches it down the ground. Since the wicket of Kaushika Tilakaratne, these batters have really not tried to go after the bowlers. They have played some defensive cricket, hardly any aggressive shots. And they're happy to continue in the same way. Three singles in this over so far. 3 more runs required to seal a win here for Mahanama College and make it 2-2 in these 2 T20 encounters here at the Thurstan College grounds. It's very close, probably maybe a little bit of inside edge. They're getting closer to the target. 128 for 4. 2 more runs required. $17 overs done. 128 for 4. Dances down the ground and he finally decides that he needs to finish things off in style and finishes off with a boundary. And what a victory for Mahanama College by 6 wickets in the second T20 game here at the Thurstan College Cricket Grounds in Colombo. What a fabulous way to finish things off. A fabulous day of cricket. Look at that. Handshakes, happy faces, not the visitors too, but still the experience, the exposure. That's what really matters. Plenty of entertainment. Beautiful piece of work by the players, especially the Mahanama players, holding their nerve, keeping calm and managing to cross the victory line in style. There you go, lovely pictures.
Yeah, lovely acknowledgements coming in. Mahanama College facing this game for T20s, two T20 games alongside King's College Cricket from Auckland. So happy moments for Mahanama College, winning both the games comprehensively. And even this game, they won by 6 wickets around. So that is a significant point. In the previous game also, Mahanama College won by 6 wickets. So this is another good learning process for the away team coming down here playing in these conditions. So batting lineup in this run chase, Sineth and Chamindu, the opening batters. Chamindu got 21 of 12 deliveries. Sineth got out in the first over. Kaushika Tilaratna, star batter, 62 runs off 33 deliveries, 5 sixes and 5 fours. That shows how commandable he was in this game. And Vihanga scored 18 with Praveen scoring 14 with 10 extras. Mahanama College chasing down in 17.1 overs, 132 for 4. Bowlers, I think the pick of the bowlers is the skipper, Tom McCullough. 4 was 14 for 2, and the other bowlers, everyone going into the cleaners. But a wicket apiece for Daniel Bricklebank and White Empson. So the partnership of that 77 runs for the third wicket was the significant point in this run chase, with Tilakaratna getting 62 runs and making a remarkable moment, an unforgettable moment for him. So the highlights in this game, I think, running in, coming into the second T20, chasing down 131. That was the first wicket of Sineth. And since then, I think this young batter, Chamindu getting a start as well, young batter, Kaushika Tilakaratna, scored a magnificent, I would say, aggressive half century, 33 balls for his 62 runs. And he went on going and punishing the bowlers, making maximum use inside the power play. They managed to get 52 runs, but since then, that was a previous delivery part of Chamindu Vijay Singh, but he made a setting that tone, and he made a statement for sure. This is the moment he pounced on the bowlers, got 5 sixes and 5 fours in his 62 runs, and this was a magnificent inning. He favored mostly the leg side, and that was another 6, and this was the moment he made sure that he did. This was Vihanga getting out, and the finishing touches that was done by Venura Kavita with that boundary. So the match summary: King's College Cricket batting first once again, 129 in their 20 overs. Oscar Hall getting 42 runs, and Tom McCullough scoring 25. But Ajita Kudaligama and Dhananjaya Bandara, Sanuka Galepola picking up 2 wickets apiece. In reply, Mahanama College chasing down 130. They made 132 for 4 and chased it down in comprehensive way in 17.1 overs with Kaushika Tilakaratna 62, Chamindu Vijay Singh 21, Tom McCullough picking up 2 wickets. So Mahanama College winning this game comprehensively by 6 wickets. So that's it from all of us here from the Sporty crew at Thurstan College Cricket Grounds. Stay safe and have a pleasant evening.